says how I solo travelled to California for 2 weeks and got most of my accommodation completely free. First hotel was the Cali Hotel in Hollywood. Now, people did warn me of this area. When you hear the word Hollywood, I feel like you think about the films, when in reality it's a little bit unsafe, a little bit unclean, and it's mainly just a tourist hotspot. However, if you're going to LA for the first time, you just have to go. It's one of those things. Having this as a base also allowed me to travel to other areas like Beverly Hills and also West Hollywood. I'd say those were two of my favourite areas in the whole of LA. California is bigger than the entire UK, which I still cannot wrap my head around. Now, moving on to my free accommodation, I was actually dog sitting in the middle of the desert. Picked up my car and drove 2.5 hours to a place right in between Joshua Tree and Palm Springs and spent a week with my little fur babies. This is Iggy and the other one is Boy. Some days it reached 45 degrees, so we didn't go on many walks, but they loved to chill in the back garden. I'm not gonna lie, staying by myself in the middle of the desert was really scary, so I'm just so grateful that I had these dogs, because whenever they seen something outside, they would go into protect mode and they would bark, which just made me feel a little bit safer. Whilst the dogs were chilling during the day, I would often go out and explore the desert. I used this really good app called Resort Pass, and it allowed you to buy like a day pass at a hotel. So because my accommodation didn't have a pool, I'd go and chill there for a few hours. It was so quiet. I went in the height of summer and no tourists were there. It was too hot for everyone. If you are looking to come to the desert, I would honestly say you could probably do this in a few days. The towns are pretty small. I think I only spent a few hours in Joshua Tree. The best thing that you can do in California is hire a car. I would not have managed without one. It was time to say bye to the doggies and head back to LA. Checked into my hotel in Venice, which was a 30-second walk from the beach. I found Venice to be a bit overwhelming. I don't know if it's just because I'd came from the desert, which was obviously so peaceful, but it's got a real hustle and bustle about it, which I wasn't expecting. It is a very walkable neighbourhood though, which I really liked, because I'd walk from Venice to Santa Monica pretty much every day and I'd average about 40,000 steps. Because I'd done so much during the day, my night times were actually pretty chill. I think being solo as well, I didn't really want to go out at night by myself. I definitely didn't want to drink by myself. For my final night in LA, I decided to check into a hotel in Santa Monica. I do think the hotels are far better in Santa Monica too. This one had a pool, which is just more my vibe. Obviously had to go to Target for some last minute snacks and then made the very long journey home, where I'm going to beg all my friends and family to come back to California.